A resistor is a physical component that you can add to a circuit to change the flow of a current. A resistor allows you to adjust the current and voltage of a circuit to what you desire. The wire in a circuit is itself a resistor, but these parts allow you to have more control. Each resistor is different. They will have a unique resistance which we can measure with ohms according to its color combination. Resistors are also affected by temperature. The warmer it gets, the more resistive it can be, and vice versa for when it gets cold. Resistors are also interesting because their placement on a circuit can affect the current and voltage. Resistors can be placed on either parallel or series, and in this video we will be talking about the two different configurations.
Resistors in parallel. What is a parallel circuit? A parallel circuit is one that has two or more paths for the electricity to flow. One of the usage of a parallel circuit is that there is always a direct path from the negative to positive terminals of the battery. Therefore, if we imagine a parallel circuit consisting of light bulbs and one of them burns out, the other light bulbs will stay lit, since there is always a direct path from the negative to positive terminals of the battery. Properties. Voltage is the same across each component of the parallel circuit. The sum of the current through each path is equal to the total current from the source. So here's the formula to find the total resistance in a parallel circuit. The total resistance in a parallel circuit is equal to the inverse of the sum of all the resistors. So now let's do an example consisting of two resistors in parallel. So here we have the voltage of the battery to be 20 volts, and R1 is equal to 10 ohms, and R2 is equal to 20 ohms. So first, we need to simplify the circuit. We need to combine both R1 and R2 to make a brand new resistor R12. To simplify the circuit, we can use the equation for the resistors in parallel. And so that'll give us 1 over 10 ohms plus 1 over 20 ohms. And we take that to the negative 1. And we should get that the total resistance is 6.66 ohms. Now here the problem asks us to find the total current in the circuit. So since we already have the total voltage, which is 20 volts, and the total resistance, which is 6.66 ohms, we can use Ohm's law, V is equal to IR, to find the total current in the circuit. So I is equal to V over R, which is equal to 20 volts over 6.66 ohms, and that will give us 3 amperes.
Resistors in series. So what is a series circuit? Unlike parallel circuits, series circuits are defined by only one path in which the electrons flow from the positive terminal to the negative terminal of a power source in a circuit. So if we were to put two or more light bulbs in a circuit and one of them breaks, there would be no flow of electrons because the circuit has broken. The voltage in a current gets lower for every resistor in a series circuit. If we apply the voltage rule, V total is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3 plus V4, we can say that the total voltage dropped from the resistors will always equal the total voltage given from the battery. Current, on the other hand, does not change in a series circuit. Unlike in a parallel circuit, the current will always remain the same in series circuit because there is only one direction for the electrons to flow. If we use the current law, I total is equal to I1, which is equal to I2, and equal to I3 and I4, we can see that the current is the same on every point of the circuit. To find the current and voltage in the circuit, we would need to know the total resistance, and we can find this by using this formula. Equivalent resistance is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 and R4. We can find the voltage and the current with the given equivalent resistance by using the Ohm's law, which is voltage is equal to IR. This law lets us determine the voltage or current depending on the equivalent resistance. So the higher the resistance, the lower the current, and the lower the resistance, the higher the current. So now let's do this example. In this diagram, we see a circuit which consists of 4 different resistors one that's 2 ohms, 4 ohms, 5 ohms, and 7 ohms, and a total voltage of 6 volts given by the battery. So the first thing we need to do is find the total resistance. We can simply do this by adding resistors 1, 2, 3, and 4. By doing this, we can get an equivalent resistance of 18 ohms. Now the only information we are missing is the current, and we can find this by using Ohm's law. So, since the formula states V is equal to IR, and we already have the voltage and the ohms, all we need to do is plug them into the formula and find I for current. So 6 volts is equal to I times 18 ohms, and we can find that current is equal to 0.33 amperes. Thank you for watching this video. We hope that it was helpful and that you learned something about resistors in series and in parallel.